Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith, and this is your GIS News for March 21. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller will be leading her cabinet into a retreat starting Sunday. Information Minister Senator Sandria Faulkner announced Wednesday that the members of the executive would meet over 2 days on March 24 and 25. This retreat is a follow-up to the one held in January and will focus on government's growth agenda and a credible economic program. As part of that, the Prime Minister and her team will discuss job creation strategies, human and capital development, social inclusion, improved security and fiscal prudence. 25 Manchester residents have been empowered to build homes for their families after receiving letters of possession Wednesday for NHT service lots in the parish. They are the first of 258 persons to benefit under the first phase of the Perth housing project, which will occupy 592 acres of land in Manchester. 64 of the serviced lots will be set aside for young people, low-income NHT contributors, public sector workers, NHT staff and the disabled. At Wednesday's handing over ceremony, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller said the Perth housing project demonstrated her administration's commitment to planned development. This, she asserted, must include the social infrastructure to support sustainable development.
It is important that when we are building, we not only put houses, but we put the facilities to complement and to make sure that life will be much easier for the persons purchasing these lots.
In addition to the serviced lots, Perth Phase 1 will have land reserved for parks and other green spaces, as well as for commercial activities. About 500 farmers in the southern end of the island are set to benefit from improved access to water for their crops. On Wednesday, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller commissioned the New Forest Dove House Irrigation System into service at a ceremony in Manchester.
This project is not merely about installing irrigation systems and infrastructure. It is also about increasing production, increasing productivity, and increasing the incomes of you, our farmers.
In the meantime, Agriculture Minister Roger Clark is hoping that the irrigation system will help farmers produce more so that the country's food import bill can go down. He's also urging farmers to pay their portion of the water bill.
The government is subsidizing this water to the tune of 60%. 60%. Therefore, you must pay your 40%.
The New Forest Dove House Irrigation System was funded by the government and the Inter-American Development Bank to the tune of $532 million. The project forms part of the National Irrigation Development Program spearheaded by the National Irrigation Commission. Meanwhile, with the country facing worsening drought conditions, communities in Western Westmoreland are set to get some reprieve by way of the National Water Commission's K-Factor program. Just over $41.3 million has been approved for the replacement and upgrading of the existing pipeline infrastructure in that section of the parish.
The project includes the replacement of the existing Mount Airy Reservoir and the construction of a new storage reservoir at Revival, as well as relift pumping stations to satisfy potable water demands.
The project will be done in 2 phases, with the work expected to be completed in 4 months. And finally, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller is asking Jamaicans to wear yellow on Friday to show their full support for the REGGAE Boys. The national football team will face Panama at the National Stadium in the final stage of World Cup qualifying action.
When Panama realizes that the entire country on Friday will be yellow, they will understand what is going to happen at the National Stadium.
The match will begin at 8:30 p.m., gates open at 5:30. Earlier this week, the Prime Minister also met with the REGGAE Boys and assured them of her support while charging them to do their best.
We've gone there before when we qualified, but I'd love for you to go beyond qualification, be the history makers that you can be.
And that's it for GIS News today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.